Alright, everybody. We've got another week in New Odyssey. New update dropped, so we've got our boy Geraldo here, which is pretty fun. I think he costs around 5,000 monkey money, so potentially save up for him. He's pretty overpowered at the moment, as most heroes are when they first release. So prepare for him to be nerfed very soon. Anyway, we're on to shopping trip, Odyssey. No refunds. It's looking okay, I think. Well, actually, these two I'm not a fan of. These two are a pain in the ass, but let's see what we've got. Hard Standard Scrapyard, the newest map, 3 to 80, also came out with update 31. Selling disabled. Alternate balloons round on town center selling disabled. Bazaar Hard Standard selling disabled. Spice Islands Hard Reverse selling disabled. And High Finance Hard Alternate Balloons round selling disabled. That sadly stops us from using Geraldo's best item in the shop, which makes a shitload of money because you need to sell it to get the money. Anyway, let's see what cards we've been dealt, shall we? Oh, we can pick Geraldo. Interesting. I wonder if he's the only pick or if we're allowed other heroes as well. Okay, we are allowed other heroes. I am tempted to pick Geraldo just to test him out a little further and play around with him, but at the same time, not everybody has Geraldo and not everyone can afford Geraldo. What else would be good for these maps? Oban's always good, Quincy's always good. Quincy's always cheap. Geraldo is also fairly cheap, surprisingly. I expect that to get nerfed as well. Surely he needs to be a little more pricey. Alright, let's go with Quincy. Sorry, Geraldo. More people have Quincy. In fact, everybody has Quincy than you. So let's just grab the usual crew to start us off. Something like that, and throw in one of you. Boat wouldn't go amiss. How many patches of water do we have? None on the first map to my knowledge, and then some on the rest. Okay, that's pretty good. I will throw in maybe a couple of subs then, maybe a couple boats. Nope, we've already got 2. Some extra darts to start on the more difficult maps. And, recursive clusters? That seems like a pretty fine lineup to me. I don't think we need anything else. We definitely don't need any powers. Oh, we just rearranged them all. Cool. Yeah, I think we're good to go. Let's do it. And like what I was saying, as much as I'd love to throw in Geraldo here, because I almost guarantee this Odyssey's built for him, because it says selling disabled, which, you know, he is pretty much a shop. He's just straight up a shop. So that's definitely referencing our new hero. But I try to make these videos as applicable to everyone as possible. So Geraldo, not exactly the most applicable hero. Wait, the balloons have to come back, don't they? They do. Oh, interesting. Intriguing. I thought the balloons went up this other way. Wow, I'm dumb. Also, there's... Forgot about that. Sorry, Quincy. I had that on for Geraldo's voice lines. But, yeah, we've got our lovely little balloon shipper here, which everyone's not entirely sure why it's there. We're all discussing it and trying to figure it out. Is this a hint that maybe the balloon ship is going to be thrown in to BTD6 in the future? Or is this Ninja Kiwi's way of saying, hey, we put the balloon shipper in the game, yous can shut up now? As if to be like, it's too broken, we can't implement it, we're not going to put it in, so we threw it in the back of a map. You know, we're not entirely sure where this is going, but I'd like to think that maybe it is a bit of a preview. I'd love for the balloon shipper to come back. I'm pretty sure it was only in BTD5 and Monkey City, right? Hasn't shown up anywhere else. Oh, it was in Battles. Battles 1, not Battles 2. But who knows? I'd love for the balloon shipper to come back. It's one of my favorites in BTD5. Anytime you were worried about the ZOMG on the last round, just be like, yeah, balloon shipper, done. Completely shreds it, stops it in its tracks, and just cuts it down to 4 BFBs, which you would have beaten in an earlier round anyway. Much nicer. Alright, so I think we're just going with our usual strategy here. Ninja Alk, probably into a Crossbow Master after that, and then see where the rest of the maps take us, because not all of them are just standard difficulty. Oh, I love the Ninja Kiwi running around the map, doing whatever the hell it likes. Although I do prefer flying pets, because they literally just go wherever they like. Sadly, all the grounded pets are limited by where the track is. So he's not going to be able to cross the road, so to speak. But yes, I do quite like this map, just because not only is it like a new beginner map, so it's going to be an easy black border farm, that's for sure. But on top of that, you can also place monkeys up here on these boxes. I don't know if you can you place them on top of the cars? No. Not on top of the cars, but on the boxes, which I think is quite nice. I do like sort of elevated areas on a map to make it more interesting, a bit more spicy. That way you have to prioritize towers to get the good spots or the good range, which I like. Also, commas in between money numbers have been freaking me out. That just looks strange to me. I don't know about you guys, but that also came with the latest update, and it's weird. It's just weird. But yes, Geraldo was a hell of a lot of fun. I already made a video on the latest update. If you would like to see what it holds, it's on the channel. Recent upload. Essentially, I talked about Geraldo, did a little test run with him, figured out exactly what all the items in the shop do, find out what they do when they're max upgraded, you know, all that good jazz. And I'm not gonna lie, I think Geraldo's gonna be probably the go-to tower for boss fights from now on. Like, Benjamin's great, and so I can still see him getting used for extra money in the early game, but overall, Geraldo is literally the only tower that I know of in the game that can buff Paragons. And Paragons are insanely good against boss fights. Speaking of which, Vortex has just shown up in BTD6 as well. Boss fight is on right now, if you want to go try that one out for yourselves. But yeah, it makes me wonder if everyone's going to ditch Benjamin for Geraldo so that they can buff their Paragons. Is he that worth it? Because if you do buy one of his items in the shop and then leave it till round 100, it makes you 100,000 gold, which is insanity, but it's amazing. I did a little test run on it, and essentially, I think it was on Unpoppable too, so the most expensive game mode, in order to actually purchase items, if you don't count half cash, because technically, you know what I mean. Anyway, the most expensive game mode to buy things in, I basically placed Geraldo as soon as I could, bought that Quincy action figure item in the shop as soon as I could, placed it down, waited till round 100, looked at it, I could sell it for 100,000. That is crazy to me. Absolute insanity. That's like 1/4, 1/5 of a Paragon, just because I bought something for like 1,000 gold on round 7. That's pretty insane. I do love that. I mean, I guess it doesn't seem as overpowered when you factor in like buying a banana farm and putting money into it and then it making insane amounts of money up until round 100. But I don't know, it just seems super crazy because for the purchase price compared to having to put money into it, which you don't, you just have to leave it and it works its magic. For the purchase price of potentially $1,000 or less, and you just leave it, you know, you're down $1,000 until you decide to sell it. But if you have patience and you're able to survive missing that $1,000 early on, it's gonna come back 10-fold, possibly even 100-fold, which is kind of mental. But yeah, Geraldo, absolutely broken. Try him out for yourselves, especially before he gets nerfed, because that rejuvenation potion is also insanity. So essentially there's another item in his store which restores 50 lives. It doesn't give you 50 more, it just restores 50 lives if you've lost 50 lives. And it also resets all towers' ability cooldowns. Now you might think, okay, that's not too crazy. And then you need to consider the fact that this item you can buy from Geraldo's shop costs around 1,000 gold. And abilities that give you money, like for example, Elite Sniper and Supply Drop, often give more than 1,000 gold. So you can just spam all your Sniper, Supply Drop, and Elite Sniper abilities, use this Rejuvenation Potion for 1,000, and then get them all again. So it's pretty insane. I expect to see some different farming methods in future boss fights now that this potion has been added in. I really want to see what people come up with. Maybe we'll go back to druid farming. Maybe we'll stick with sniper farming instead, but it's going to be very interesting either way. And he can also buff top path banana farms pretty well. Geraldo's just insane. He's meant to be a support tower, but he also does a little bit of attacking, and some of the things you can buy and put on the map are pretty insane with attacking as well, like the Djinn, the little genie guy. Crazy. Crazy good. He's like a mini Spectre, except he's a hell of a lot cheaper. I don't know if we need much more. Maybe I'll throw down a perma-spike down here. Well, if we can afford it. We probably won't be able to afford it by the end of this match, but either way, we'll still give it a shot. Yeah, it doesn't look like we'll hit this main track too much. At least I don't think we will, fingers crossed. I mean, we can always swap it to close if we need to, but it's always nice to have a little backup plan just in case. Oh yeah, these guys are going nowhere. Look, Ninja is still soloing right now. This poor guy has only gotten 189 pops. This is why I do this combo every single chance I get, because all of these towers are considered fairly balanced at the moment. In fact, this guy's most recent change was to make Crossbow Master cheaper, which is insane, but I love it. But yeah, so this combo seems pretty rock solid in my mind. Like, all these towers are considered fairly balanced at the point in which you see them now. So this strategy's not going to be going anywhere anytime soon. Also, this is a little bit of the environment that you can interact with. If you press this button, this clamps down and potentially blows up balloons if they make it that far. So snaps them like that. And then there's a cooldown. I don't know how long the cooldown lasts, but it comes back, and it's completely free. You don't even have to pay for it, which is lovely, because having to open up a menu to decide when to clamp down on the balloons would be absolute shit. So that was a good call by Ninja Kiwi there. Oh, there you go, it's reset. So like a round and a half later or something. That's not bad. Not bad at all. Alright, to be honest, I think we're just going to be waiting this one out now, because these guys can stop anything at this point. Maybe not a ZOMG, but that's why we're getting a perm spike. So we're pretty good here. How have you guys been? I must admit, I love the new update. I jumped on it as soon as I could, and it was actually very convenient timing for me. Because I was playing a different game on Steam, decided to stop playing it, jumped on YouTube for a bit, watched some random shit, and as I was watching it, I saw my Steam icon sort of light up a bit, and a green bar slowly filling up the Steam icon, and I was like, oh, something's downloading. Click on it. Sure enough, BTD6. Immediately open OBS, and it was perfect. And it was also amazing, because that's the first time I've been like dead on time for when an update drops, because I knew that because I looked at YouTube, nobody posted any videos on it just yet, so it literally did just drop. It wasn't my computer just lagging to hell and not connecting to Wi-Fi. So no videos were on YouTube about it. The patch notes weren't even on Steam yet. So the update was downloading for me, but no patch notes came with it at all. And even the BTD6 Reddit didn't know it had dropped. And so I was like, damn, I'm like proper early to this shit. Also shows that Ninja Kiwi never never really gives away what time the Odyssey, or not the Odysseys, the updates will drop. You know, they're always keeping it a bit hush-hush, and they just go, oh yeah, it's coming soon. Don't worry, soon. They don't tell you when, though. Very sneaky. But damn, I'm loving this new update already. Just with Geraldo and seeing this guy has made this update completely worth it in my mind, because I personally believe this is a preview to potentially throwing the balloon chipper back in. Because why else would they go to the effort of putting there? They wouldn't put it there just for a meme, surely. They wouldn't torture us like that. I mean, companies have done that before, like a certain Call of Duty with the Die Rise zombie map. Essentially, they put in... There's always been a perk where you take no fall damage, and the map Die Rise is centered around climbing and falling down a set of buildings in order to navigate the map. And so, not taking fall damage would have been brilliant, but instead they decided to put it in an inaccessible area of the map and sort of laugh at your face while you can't reach it, which is a shame. Similar to this, it'd be nice if you could spam click it and dig it up or something. I don't know. Maybe there's already an Easter egg. Hint, hint. I don't know, maybe. But it would be cool if there was like a little Easter egg on this map to unlock the balloon chipper. It would have to be simple. You couldn't make something like that super fucking complex. But nothing seems super interactable. So probably not. Would be fun though, would be fun. Also makes me think, like, if this was the balloon chipper, what are these things part of? Are these just like trash littered around? You know, the tires I expect to be there, but these little planks, these little, what are they called? Sheets of metal or something? I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking it. What's this green little box? Is that another car? Is that meant to be another car? Oh yeah, it's probably one of these. Anyway, yeah, I'm way overthinking this. I should probably step out of the conspiracy cove. But hey, I mean, we're looking pretty good. This just shows the power of the Ninja Alk and the Dart Monkey again. Because this guy's gotten 0 pops. Don't get me wrong, he's gonna get to Permaspike and he would be insane if he got to pop balloons. But at the moment, we haven't needed him to. Ooh, this could actually be tricky. Bang. Ooh, it stuns him too. I did not know that. Beautiful. See? Beautiful. So yeah, round 76 is a little bit tricky with the regrow ceramics. If they were all grouped up together, like if these 3 were all over here with him, it probably would have been fine. And that's also what the recursive clusters are for, if you can't time this properly. Like, just throw down a recursive cluster. Permaspike would have handled it anyway, but figured we'd use the map to our advantage. But yeah, this should be pretty easy, because these are just regular ceramics. Easy enough to take down. Yep. And then camo ceramics, in which everything that we've been attacking with mainly anyway are still gonna get attacked, because Ninja can see camo, this guy can see camo, and Quincy can see camo, so super easy. Game, set, match. Literally the only thing that could make this strategy a little bit better would probably just be a couple of recursive clusters to make sure round 76 goes smoothly. But, I mean, Permaspike is just here waiting for victims, so I think we'll be alright. Actually, I do need to sort of speed run this, because I am meeting up with a couple of mates at the pub tonight, which is going to be pretty cool. Haven't seen them in ages. Sadly, I'm not seeing all of them. One of them's busy and doing other things, but yeah, should be good stuff. Good old pub grub, have a drink, and then come back home, hopefully not crazy drunk. Nah, I don't get drunk. I don't mind a drink, but I don't... Something about the idea of drinking so much that you hurt your own head and you feel woozy and you can't walk straight and you wake up with a headache in the morning. Something about that just doesn't appeal to me. So I don't really plan to get drunk. Maybe I'll try it one day just to sort of experience it, but I'm not gonna put myself through that now. Hell no. Alright, ZOMG. Do we pop it? Ooh, we just don't. Crossbow Master, do we pop it? We definitely pop it. And everything else? Damn. Legit, round 76 was harder than that one. That's crazy. Next, what have we got? I'm on a time limit here, so let's just run it and gun it. I think we're only going around 75, which is nice. No 76 to get in our way and get in the way of plans. Alternate balloons round, which means ninja start. Can't be starting with Quincy on alternate balloons round. Let's go. Is that a good position? We'll find out. Next time on... Oh damn. I'm so glad to be seeing my friends fairly soon. Ooh. Okay, maybe not the best of best starting position. Probably here would be a little better, where you can see sort of both sides. There we go, yeah. Right there, perfect. Okay, that way he can still sort of do the attacking down there like he was, but he also has a backup plan if they get further. That's what I like to see. So yeah, when this happens, he can still sort of try and catch up. Okay. Yeah, that's not bad. 4 lives, we'll take it. 4 lives is not bad. Not bad at all. We also want Seeking Shuriken, then we have to go for the Alchemist, I think. I don't think we can afford Sharp Shurikens in time. Yeah, okay. We should be good. Essentially, the only thing you have to know about alternate balloons round is you need camo detection at the very start of the game, which instantly hints at ninja. And then you need lead popping power by round 10. Once you get those two things together, you just need someone that does camo lead power by like 24, and then you're all good. You're all good. So yeah, we're not going to be placing Quincy yet, because he's terrible at popping lead balloons when he first comes down. So we've got our friend Elite Alchemist here. Wait for it. Here they come. 1 and 2. Nice. Ooh, they got a little bit further than I would have liked, but it's fine. We'll just get Sharp Shurikens. Much better. Okay. We are good now. I think we can place Quincy and then smooth sailing from there, I'm expecting. Who knows? Who knows? Okay. Yeah, everything's fine. We can easily place Quincy right now. But yeah, Geraldo seems pretty cool. And a lot of the items in his shop, you know, you look at them and think, wow, that's actually kind of useful, you know? Like, he gives temporary camo detection to a tower and things like that. But, to be honest, it's also a bit of a bait, if I'm honest. Because when I did a little test run with him, I was given towers camo detection to beat round 24, and I was like, hell yeah, don't have to place a camo tower, I can just give them detection, it's beautiful. But then later on, you find out that the tower that's been popping all the camo balloons was never meant to have camo detection in the first place. And then it wears off, and then camo balloons are suddenly a problem. And if you spent a shitload of money before then, you might not have the resources to fix that problem now. So, it's good to place Geraldo, but don't rely on his shop, I would say. Use it as extra little bonuses to get you through the game, rather than relying on it completely. Because if you have to rely on things in Geraldo's shop, which I imagine a lot of custom challenges will now make, you know, you have to use this for Geraldo's shop in order to get enough money for this. You know, if you have to rely on it, you're probably in a bad situation. But I'm already thinking of custom challenges I can make with Geraldo as the main idea behind. I'm not going to spoil anything, but yeah, it'll be pretty nice, pretty fun, I think. Okay. Plus, they've also added in those other victory methods for the custom challenges. You can now set it so that a player wins if they've spent under a certain amount of cash and beaten the rounds, as well as if they've used a certain lot of tiered towers. So for example, if they beat the map not using any tier 5s and only using tier 4s, then they would win, but if they beat it with a tier 5, they wouldn't. You know, it's a nice little niche thing. It's also nice to not have to individually go through every single tower option and limit certain upgrades, because a lot of the really good challenges where there's only one solution, you'd have to manually go through all the other possible solutions and then restrict that upgrade so that it wouldn't be applied. But now you can just be like, yeah, don't use any 5th tiers or beyond, and then you win. So it's both an interesting mechanic to add and also a quality of life change, which is a massive win-win. Because not only does it stop us from having to spam restrictions, but we can just be like, yeah, also this is how you win. You know, it just makes things a lot easier and a lot nicer for everyone. Okay, there we go. Including the player, actually. Because if you're playing on a map and it's just like, oh, don't use tier 5s, and then they give you a shitload of tier 5s, you're just like, well, that's not the answer, you know? Gives you a little bit of a hint, which is quite nice. I'm thinking, no, we'll still go for the crossbow master, but I'm thinking a spectre afterwards, rather than a perm spike. I think that'd be good. Ooh, we're getting Moabs. Well, luckily we survived the fortified on round 40, alternate balloons round, thank you very much. So a couple of regular Moabs shouldn't be too bad at all. And I know they're gonna spam those. It's the only thing I remember about alternate balloons round. Between rounds 40 and 50 is usually peaceful, except on alternate balloons round where they send Moabs at you. Okay, easy, piece of cake, nice. Man, I was speaking of pieces of cake. It's not cake specifically, but it's a dessert nonetheless. I got a picture sent to me by my fiance of her having a meal with her friends before the Easter break, which is quite nice, you know, having a nice meal, because there's going to be a little Easter break for her. She gets like a week off of university or whatever, and so today's the last day she'll see her friends because she doesn't go in on Fridays. So they won't see each other for a while, so they're having a nice little Easter lunch together. And she sent me a picture of some delicious ass looking, I think they were waffles and ice cream. Oh man. I think I've only ever had waffles and ice cream twice in my life. And both of those times, I thought to myself the same thing. I want this every day of my life, but if I do, I will get diabetes and be dead at the age of 30. So I've sort of gone out of my way to stop myself eating those types of things. And obviously that's a little bit absurd to just fully be like, no, can't have that food, it's gonna kill me. And so I'm not sort of doing that on purpose, I just haven't really encountered them very often, but I remembered how much I love them and how delicious they are. Damn. Anyway, these guys should pretty much carry to round 75, because they did before. Admittedly, that was on a... Oh no, this is also a beginner map. Also a very easy map, so yeah, they should carry pretty much the whole way, but I'm still going to place a Spectre for fun. Who doesn't love a good Spectre? Flying around, shooting shit everywhere. It's beautiful. Don't have to place it in a strategic position. You just kind of throw it down and laugh. It's great. And all with our good friend here, Quincy. Oh. I do appreciate, like, even though they took away our ability to rename heroes, which was insane from my point of view, because, you know, it was brilliant to be able to rename our heroes after whatever you wanted, as well as the skins, the different skins. That was lovely. But yeah, they took that away from us, because apparently that was actually a bug, not a feature. But at the very least, they took the word skin off of each of the different types of skins you can unlock for the heroes. So it no longer says Wolfpack Quincy skin, it just says Wolfpack Quincy, which is nice. Because that's what a lot of people were doing with the custom names. They were just taking off the word skin, because it was weird. But yeah, I imagine they'll probably throw that back in at some point, maybe as a trophy store item, just like they did with the regular naming convention. I'd like to see that return in the future at some point, so fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Alright, we're around halfway to our Spectre now. We should get it before, like... Oh, actually, now that I think about it, we might get it, like, on or around round 70. I don't actually know how much money you make every single round, and I certainly don't have a spreadsheet to tell me. So, just sort of estimating here. I think we will make it, like, around the 70 mark. So, you know, last 5 rounds, we'll have a Spectre. Don't know how helpful that'll be, but why not? We definitely don't need it. It's just a fun little thing to throw in at the last second because we can. Solidify the victory, you know? You don't want a premature celebration to happen and then all of a sudden a balloon slips through and you die. That is always the worst. I've experienced that quite a few times. We're almost there. Just another 3,000 or so, and we'll be good to go. Actually, tonight is usually quiz night at the pub. I wonder if they've planned this. Quiz night's pretty fun. You essentially show up, you sit around the area where the quiz will be taking place, so they hand you a sheet and a pencil to fill out all the shit. Like, fill out all the answers. And then you, and then if you get a certain amount correct, or if you get certain questions correct, or activities, then you get little coupons and discounts for the pub itself, which is pretty nice. Sometimes you get like a free meal, free beers, things like that. So yeah, occasionally we'll just show up and do a quiz randomly that we have no idea about. I think it's like a general knowledge quiz, but for the most part, I am way older than a lot of the questions in terms of what they reference. So like they'll reference people that my mum would know the answer to, or like, you know, just people that are one generation older than me. They'd know the answer to a lot of these things, but I'm just sitting there like, fuck it, name an old person, write it down. Oh, there we go. Dunzo for part 1. So this has been Shopping Trip with no refunds. I suspect it's heavily suggesting that you use Geraldo here, but I'm glad they're giving us other options as well. So that is it for part 1. Part 2 will be coming out tomorrow as usual. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, everyone.